Guys, we're going to be playing another game of long rifle and then managed skirmish on the American frontier. All right, so I'm going to this chart here to generate the terrain. I've rolled up the terrain and now I'm going to place it. And that's old Arwen in the corner there. Yeah, she's pretty excited. Raid attack is the mission. And I'm going with neutral Native Americans. The investment level is 4 for a year of 1754. And rep of my war leader is 5. And then the one grunt that's with him is a 4. So Dizon is the leader name, and Edahe is the grunt name. All right, so I generated the terrain and the random terrain generation, with the exception of the raid objective. So that's the structure objective with a PEF on top of it. There's another PEF in the pumpkin field, and then a third PEF in this open field here. Now I rolled a river for this, but I didn't have any other water on the table, so I just made it a lake since it was in the middle and it's not next to any edges. This is open area. These two areas here are a wooded hill. So that's a raised area there on that side. The rest of it is just standard wooded, and that's the water obstacle on the wooded area. So my forces, I have the war leader and his grunt. All right. So now we'll go on to moving on to the map and starting the game. Okay, so my warriors moved up here on the edge of the table. Then I resolved the PEF movement. The movement in the PEF in the village building does not move. This one that was in the clearing moved 8 inches towards the nearest enemy, which puts it on the edge right there to look this way. But I'm inside the forest, outside of 12 inches of it, so that did not trigger. But the one that was in the far pumpkin patch moved 16 inches in cover, and it actually is activated because it gets within 12 inches of my figures, which is the sight range within a forest. Now I got to generate that PEF. Okay, so I generated 2 neutrals, and they're irregulars. Pepe and Lafitte. And rolled 2 successes in the neutral challenge. So we swap beads and other accoutrements, and they go on their way. And the investment level of this map turns from 4 to 3. and then they go on their own. So for my next turn, I will stay stationary where I'm at and see what happens with that PEF over there. Okay, so this PEF moved 8 inches towards the clear imaginary. It's within 12 inches of me, so that's the insight check. Is an irregular enemy. All right, so I had 1 success and 3 successes, and then there was no successes for him. So the 2 that got successes fired first and got a knockdown and out of the fight. Okay, so I'm going to do a reload action. I succeed with my leader, and I succeed with the crowd. And then I'm going to move the figures forward. Okay, so I'm in line of sight of the door, so I'm going to resolve the PEF. Okay, all right, so I rolled the inside checks, and the numbers on the dice are the number of successes that each figure has gotten, because the 2 figures exited the, well, they're at the door of the wigwam. All right. And I made them Indians because that's the only thing that makes sense. Okay, so this one guy, he got shot by my leader, and he fell down and is out of the fight. And then my grunt missed, and then the remaining Indian missed. All right, so the result of the take fire check was that the opposing last remaining Indian got a flee result because they had to do a cohesion check, and that caused them to run off the table. So that ends this mission. It will be a success. I've got 2 captured enemies, and then I was able to burn down the this wigwam. All right, so then they go home successful.